View slots can be a little confusing for most beginners. At least it was for me when I first learned Vue.js. So in this video, let's compare the three slots we learned so far. On this slide, I listed the three slots: simple slots, named slots, and scoped slots. Those are from the examples in previous videos. First, let's talk about simple slots. In this alert box component, we define a slot to receive the custom alert message from a consumer component. We used the slot tag. For example, a consumer component can pass the slot content, invalid user or password, please try again, to this alert box component. If the consumer component is not passing any content, then this default message, oops, something went wrong, will be rendered. Otherwise, the slot content from the consumer component will replace this slot. Next, named slots. There are times when it is useful to have multiple slots in one component, like here in the base layout component. In this case, there are three slots, so we gave three names to the three slots: header, main, and footer. When we use this component, we need to pass three slot contents to the three named slots: a content for header, a content for main, and a content for the footer slot. Actually, in the alert box simple slot example, this slot has a name called default. So really, the slot in the alert box component is a special case of the named slots. The last example is scoped slots. In the student list component, we're binding the current student to a slot prop called stu. In the consumer component, to retrieve this slot prop, we used this syntax. Default here refers to the only slot defined in student list. And of course, here you can use named slot as well. We use JavaScript destructuring to retrieve the stu that contains the information about the current student. Then we can use stu to access the properties of a student, like student.name or student.id. Okay, then the template here in the consumer component will replace the scope slot that we defined in student list when rendering. Just remember, view slot is just a placeholder in a child component, like here in alert box, base layout, and student list. When rendering, all the slots will be replaced by contents passed from the consumer component. I hope now you have a better understanding of the three types of slots in Vue.js. See you in the next video.